How y'all are this afternoon? This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on, hey, I got this old used gun. The old used gun I got today is this guy. And I don't know what it is, just to tell you the truth. This is an Iver Johnson Target, Model 65, and it is made by Iver Johnson in Pittsburgh, Massachusetts. Pittsburgh, made in Massachusetts. This gun is kind of a mystery to me because I'm not 100% sure how this guy works or is intended to work. It is appears to be a pull pin design where you pull the pin and drop the cylinder out, but I can't find any way to get it out, and there's a screw appears to be holding it in. So I looked on the internet and I couldn't find this exact gun for reference purposes to really find out anything about this particular gun. But it has a lot of the attributes of the 1930s, 40s vintage Iver Johnson revolver. It is an 8-shot revolver. It has a recessed cylinder, but it's not the sealed 8 design. I'm not 100% sure why they made that way. It's probably a lead shaver by design, and they put that shroud around there to catch it. So, you know, I just don't know. It is a freewheeler until you put rounds in it, and then it's no longer a freewheeler, which is of the design that the cartridge rim is part of the indexing mechanism for the gun. It has thumb rest target stocks on it, and they are of the material that we know to be tinnite, which tinnite came out about 1939 and was around up until the middle 50s until they decided to do something else. So we know that there's no commercial gun manufactured during World War II, so this gun was made somewhere between 1939 and maybe 1955. So with a 5-year gap for World War II, not producing any commercial firearms. So with having that been said, we're going to try and shoot this gun. So I'm out shooting cartridges that are no longer with us. Old ammunition today. What I'm going to shoot out of this gun today is this round, the Hansen High Velocity 22 long rifle. Now, Hansen Cartridge Company was a importer in America that purchased ammunition made overseas and packaged it for sale in the United States. This particular box of Hansens was made in Yugoslavia. Now, before the Yugoslavian war, you could get this ammunition. And then when the military crisis, Yugoslavia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, that whole mess started, you could no longer get Hansen ammunition. They just went out of business because their manufacturer was out of business. So that would be about 1985. So this ammunition is manufactured somewhere before 1985. You actually still see this on the shelf occasionally. You know, in little mom and pop places that don't sell a high volume of 22 ammunition. There's a place up near Frankfurt that still has some of this on the shelf, and I snagged some of it. But it's 85, 95, 2005, 2015. It's 40 years old. So we're going to get 8 out of this box and see if the 40-year-old Hansen 22 ammunition still works, and whether or not the 80-year-old 22 pistol still works. It fit in there rather tight. Get another cartridge and push it on in there. All right. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Well, we'll put it in there. The cylinder's got a little recess on the side of it. The chamber's got a little recess on the side of it. Looks like they intend for you to go in there with your thumbnail and pull that cartridge out. Probably wind up with the tip of a pocket knife before it's over with. This gun comes to us from one of our material supporters, Apache Armaments, down in Somerset on University Drive. This is almost like loading a percussion revolver. Tell me it's not starting to rain. Get another cartridge, push that one in there. Could be the Hansen ammunition. Okay, and it's loaded. It's Dilaudid. Let's put on some ear mufflers. I've got a Dirty Bird 10-inch down there at 30 feet. Let's see if this gun will actually shoot. Here we go. Don't creepy trigger. I should be able to hit the bullseye at this range, and so far we're all over the place like a mad woman's underclothes. Oh, hit the bullseye. That's great. Okay, let's see if we can get them out of there. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Yeah, that's yeah. Hard to load, really hard to unload. But let's go ahead and look at the accuracy and see how it actually shoots. I got one bullseye. At this range, that ain't the greatest accuracy in the world, but it does shoot. You know, it does shoot and work. It'll be hard for me to estimate the value of this gun, just on the simple reason that it ain't exactly the best functioning gun in the world, and it's hard to get loaded and hard to get unloaded and like that. And it's a freewheeler even with rounds in it, so it's like not a very good design. Not a real good gun. What's it worth? It's still worth 150 bucks. You know, it does shoot and it does work. And, you know, if you got 8 in it and it's ready to go, it's a good gun for 8 rounds. The part where you try and get it unloaded is the complicated part. All right, then, that's about the size of it for the old Model 65 Iver Johnson 22 Target revolver. Like-a-tate, share-a-fi, commentate, and subscribe. Leave me no dollar in the Patreon bucket on the way out the door, and if you don't want to do that, well, I'll just keep right on making content for you anyway. All right, then, we'll see y'all.